What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the Draft to Glory. Today we are going back into the draft. We are still on the Road to Glory account. I said to you guys I'm going to give it two or three episodes to try and work out the logistics. I've got an awesome spreadsheet set up which I'll start putting into a graphic every maybe 3 episodes so I can show and keep up to date everything that we've done with everything. There was a few comments. Obviously, people loved the fact that, I got to use that Mustafi, that Benatia, Fabinho, Aurier, all those good players that went straight into my team, which was awesome. In total, I made 14,000 coins from the items that I sold. We had 22,000 coins of value in the players that we kept, and we made 3,277 from match coins. So after all said and done, we made 24.2k profit. And of course, 22,000 of that is sat in the club, so that could go up or down depending on how the market shifts. And that's where the only real problem that I found is going to be in. But before we get into that, we'll talk about that during the gameplay. Thank you guys for watching. If you could smash the thumbs up, it would be much appreciated. We've been hitting over 5k likes for nearly 100 episodes of Draft to Glory, including FIFA 17. If we can continue that trend, that would be amazing. I am going to go for the 4-1-2-1-2 wide because I actually think it's a really good formation this year. I think it's very usable. One thing that we're going to notice in this game today, hopefully anyway, as we take our captain Cristiano Ronaldo again, is that 1-to-watch cards are in draft. Now, the idea of having a 1-to-watch card in a draft isn't really that important because, you would ideally play your draft immediately, not be like, get a 1-to-watch card and be like, man, I'm really going to play this draft if he gets upgraded. So on that note, they're kind of useless. But what I like about having the 1-to-watch cards in there is that potentially it means that all cards will be in the draft. So we might start seeing SBC cards in draft, which I would very, very much enjoy. So I hope that's the case. I hope it's not a case of EA just slamming 1-to-watch cards up in there, because that would be quite annoying. We're going to have to go Willian Jose. Funnily enough, this guy's actually got decent stats other than pace. 4-star weak foot, 6'1", incredible finishing, very good heading, very good strength, good reactions. He's only got a little bit of stamina, but generally speaking, Willian Jose, they're not such a bad card. In at the cam spots, and I guess we're going to have to go Ganso. Now, Ganso doesn't have the most pace, 4-star skill move, 6 foot tall, but his shooting, passing, and dribbling is very, very good. But another one with really low stamina, so that could cause us issues. But it does give good chem boost up to Willian Jose. I hope I don't have him there at the end of it. What are we going to go with here? Jermaine Lenz, Eric Lamela, Chadley. Perez not really something I'm interested in because, wow, it's actually his shooting isn't so bad. Great shot power and long shots, great pace, great dribbling, good short passing and crossing, great stamina. You know what? It seems like we've got a full-on Brazilian theme going. So let's keep it going. Let's swip those around there. We'll get Perez onto 7 chemistry no matter what. Come on, EA. Give me some cards here. This is outrageous. We could take Party. 3-star, high, 6'1". Work rates are good. Height is good. Physical is very good. He's got good stand tackle as well. His short pass and long passing is actually not so bad. His composure is horrendous. I don't know if I'm interested in that. Souza here. 4-star, 6'2", medium, much better composure. I think this overall is a better card. And since we are going for what is seemingly a Brazilian team here, with Ronaldo and Martinez here. By the way, Martinez with a catalyst. That pace. Whew, 99 pace. Great shooting. Great dribbling. Great stamina. Great jumping. That's a good card. That really is a good card. What we're going to get a left back. So we could go Elizu, who doesn't have much pace. Erkin, Holibas. It's going to have to be Antunes, which is actually good because that means Antunes has perfect chemistry. He's got a very good card. His shooting is actually ridiculously good as well. And we move on into the centre-back spot, who's going to be Mtiti. Hunter card, so he's got that big pace boost, medium, high, very fast, great defending. Why not? Let's go with Mtiti in there. The midfield's going to be a bit weird to try and develop. I'm going to have to go with Vermaelen as well. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a big issue, right? Because Vermaelen is 6 foot tall. He's got okay pace and his defending stats are okay. I would prefer a better centre back. But if we get Semedo here, which we didn't, I could go with Dani Alves and just get that full Brazilian link on the right hand sides. or we could go with DeMarcos. I don't think it makes a difference for chemistry. It doesn't. We'll go with Dani Alves. We'll take the PSG man. And then in goals, we're going to get no one that actually helps us. One Belgian, one French. Costil is going to have to be. So we've got 88 chemistry off the first team. I've got to be honest, dudes. I'm not impressed with this team. So I guess I don't feel like I've picked wrong. I just don't feel like I've been given great choices. You know what I mean? I don't think the options that were given to me are ideal. I could have really have done with a La Liga goalkeeper there. Doesn't look like we're going to get it. I'll take Ruffier because he's going to be better than Costil. So that's not so bad. I could use a Varane, to be honest. A Rafa Varane would be ideal. And again, we're not getting the chances. We're not getting the choices. We'll take Koke because he's higher rated. Our right back is fine. There's the first ones to watch. So that's what I was saying. We can get ones to watch cards in here. Now, we're only a CDM away, a La Liga CDM away from being in a good spot. I don't really want to take DeMarcos. Koscielny could work. He would get 7. He would get the same chemistry as Vermaelen. Titties would drop chemistry, but Ruffier would gain chemistry. So Koscielny would actually keep us at 88, I believe. So I'm going to take Koscielny and we're going to pop him in there. And it does indeed keep us at 88. And I think I'd prefer that. I'd prefer the goalkeeper on 10 and 2 centre-backs off chem. Because if we get the right CDM, we'll be in a great spot. We get Top Howe. Doesn't work for us. Forsberg doesn't work for us. Schürrle doesn't work for us. I'm going to take Schürrle, though, as a sub. Get him on for Willian Jose when needed. I really do need a good CDM that's going to work. Now, Carvalho doesn't really help us very much. Tyson's not a bad shout. Khedira just doesn't link either, which is sad. I'm going to take this Tyson card, guys. Look at this guy's stats, right? 4-star skill moves. Great pace. He's actually got really good shooting. Long shots and shot power are insane. His dribbling's fantastic. His passing is well-rounded. He's got bad stamina, but he'll be coming on as a sub, so that's not a problem. So we'll bring him into the team. Next on the list, Sané as a sub. Chicharito not interested in. Insigne could be a good sub. Berardi's good. It's a shame about his weak foot though. 3-star, 3-star. But his in-games are fantastic. Pedro, not really interested in and doesn't actually fit. So this is again going to be for a sub. And I guess we'll go with Sané for that blistering pace. Our final pick on the bench is going to throw up. We can't take out the CDM. And he's got a shadow card. Because he gives Perez the links. Chris Smalling isn't what we want. Who am I going to take here? Who's actually going to be useful? None of them fit into the team. I'll take Chan because he'll be a good midfield substitute for either Sousa here or Ganso. Chan as a cam, not really ideal. It's got okay shot power and long shots, but not really what we're looking for. We'll move on to the next pick, and it's going to be Delafoe. I already got so many good wingers for as a sub, but there's nothing else. I need an attacker from La Liga. In fact, I could probably actually put Delafoe up here, and we do gain 2 chemistry. So that's better. That gets Ronaldo onto 9 chemistry, and we'll have to use Martinez as one of our substitutes, which isn't the best, but it's not the worst. Other than that, we've only got a couple of dudes way off chem. Actually, we've got no one way off chem except for Delafoe. So if we could get a striker, that Messi, Luis Suarez, something like that, that would be great. And now I'm very tempted to take Vidal. Because if we take Vidal, we can get all the defense on 10 chemistry. And I think that's going to be more important than what we've currently got. Let me just double check to make sure there's nothing else I could do here that would be useful. There's not. So I'm going to take Vidal. I don't necessarily think he's a better player than Dani Alves, but it's going to be way better for the chemistry to get him in there. So that puts up to 93 chemistry instead of the 88 that we was on. So that's something. Okay, we're going to get screwed here. We'll take Teti there. 2 spots left. I could really use a striker from La Liga. There we go. Karim Benzema, get in, man. That takes us straight up to 100 chemistry, guys. That is fantastic. That's exactly what we needed. And Gareth Bale. Ooh, I could use Gareth Bale. I'm going to take Gareth Bale because I want to use him anyway. I don't know if we're going to lose chemistry by putting Gareth Bale there and then swapping those two around. That's 99 chemistry. Bale's on 10 chem. Ganso's on 10 chem. The only player not on 10 chem is Sousa on 4. That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. But what are you going to do? Eh? Our bench is fine. I'm going to bring Dani Alves on as a defensive sub. I've got Tyson, Sané, Chan, Schürrle attacking, Martinez attacking, Koscielny and Alves for defensive. So I'm not even going to bring on Delafeu. I know he's got a good card. I'm now more happy with this team. I quite rate this team. I'm sure we're going to get it to 100 chemistry too. Yeah, Ronaldo up to 10 chem would be nice. Who else is non 10 chem? A Brazilian manager would probably be ideal, actually. We don't have one, so we'll take the Premier League manager. So, the downsides to this team are the cam and the CDM and Vermaelen. He's not bad, but he's not great. So we've got 3 quite bad players. But what we have is Benzema, Bale and Ronaldo as an incredible setup. And we've got Willian Jose, who will be decent for the first half because he's nice and big and he's got good shooting, that will take off for one of the rapid dudes later on in the game. So that, guys, is going to be the team that we use. Let's get into the action. Okay, guys, as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 4-1-2-1-2, 182 rated team. A very nice Premier League team. Some really overpowered players in there as well, so thought it was going to be quite a difficult game to start off with. But just to get back to talking about the spreadsheet and what I've got and how I'm tracking it, I've basically got, it's not a mess, but it's a lot of information, as you can imagine. So I track the coins per game. So at the end of every game, when you get the amount of coins that you earn for a game, I just write that into a little section, and then it tallies it up on the spreadsheet to let me know how many coins per draft, essentially, I get. In draft 1, I got 3,476, and that was because we had the coin boost on of 1k coins because it was on the other account. In draft 2, I got 3,277. That was over the space of 4 games, and the coin boost was only 200 coins, I think, because I don't have the high coin boost on this account just yet, because this is you know, an early PlayStation account. So that's how I track the match coins. After that, of course, we spend 15,000 coins per draft. After that, what I did is I wrote down every single item that I got out of the rewards, and that might get tedious at certain points. And this is where the only problem of recording the stats is. Because if I, for example, if I lose in the second round as we go into the second round, if I lose in the second round and get, say, I don't know, a jumbo gold pack, a silver players pack, and a gold pack, right? That's going to be like a lot of items to really keep track of. So I don't know how I'm really going to keep track of that efficiently yet. I will figure it out, I'm sure. So what I did in draft 2, because obviously draft 1 was on the main account, and we actually lost 390 coins in total on draft 1. But in draft 2, we gained, as a total profit, we actually gained 2,277 because I had items left in the club. And of those items that were left in the club, I've already used 3 of the players in squad builder challenges. So although they did have a value at sale price, they were more valuable to me because it means that I didn't have to buy a player or use loyalty on a player, and that was really helpful. There's a lot of players still from that draft that I haven't done anything with. They're just sat in the club, and that's where, like I say, it's going to get tricky because right now it's just 1 draft's worth of stuff recorded, and then this one, once we get to a stage where we get packs in this one, that'll be 2 drafts worth of stuff recorded, and that's quite easy to manage. But say there's 10 drafts worth of stuff, I'm not really going to be able to keep on top of players that I have kept or used or sold or discarded. It's going to be really difficult to keep on top of all of it. So I don't know if we should assign a current sale value to the players and just keep that as their true value. So, for example, when we packed Mustafi, he was going for 6,000 coins. I don't know if we should just assign a 6,000 coin value to him, and then once we've assigned the value, we can take that as profit made, and it doesn't matter then what I do with him in the draft series, or if I actually fully kind of monitor every price and every player as I buy and sell them. So in terms of like the logistics, this is the only this is the only thing, the absolutely only thing that I'm struggling with is, and I'm not struggling with it right now, like I say, but I eventually will struggle with it. I know I will. It's going to cause a problem eventually where I've got so many players that I've packed, or contracts. Contracts I can assign an actual value to, right? Because contracts don't really go up or down in value. So for contracts specifically, I can quite comfortably assign a 200 coin value to the gold contracts, a 250 coin value to the shiny gold contracts, or I could just list all contracts up out of the draft and make sure I actually sell them and then give them that true value. But with players, it's going to be a bit tricky. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. So if anyone's got any good ideas on how to just monitor and manage the tracking of the players, because obviously this is my Road to Glory account, so I buy and sell players a lot, I use players a lot, I discard players a lot, I pick up coins quite easily. Things just happen on this account, and I don't know. So yeah, like I say, if you guys have got some nice ideas on how to keep track of all the items that I get, or like I say, if you would prefer the fact that I just assign a value to the card at the time of packing it, and then just assume that that's its value. Because theoretically, that is how draft should work. The way draft should work, and the way I should have done it in the previous 2 years, but I didn't because I was lazy, is we should, as we open the packs, we should be selling everything. But because of SBC specifically last year, certain players will go dramatically higher in value if we keep them until we need, till we either need them to use them or have them to sell them. For example, Storaro last year, the Juventus centre mid, he was worth like 400 to 500 coins for most of the year, and then there was an SBC that required him specifically, and he went up to 10,000 coins. There's that, but maybe it'd be a bit of give and take. So maybe we do just assign the true value at the specific time of packing the players. For example, when I packed Mustafi, he was worth 6,000. Now he's worth 4,000. So if we assign a value of 6,000 to him, even though he's gone down in price, we still accredit 6,000 to Mustafi, for the same way that, for example, Obiang, who we also packed, is worth like 500 coins. He might be worth 2,500 coins in a few weeks, but we only assigned a 500 coin value to him. So it's very possible that the ups and downs might well just kind of balance each other out. But for now, I'm going to keep track of every single thing, player and item that I've packed, sold, haven't sold, etc., etc. I'm going to try and sell as much of it as possible that's worth anything more than what I feel like is value. So there's a few players that we've got that are worth like 500, 600, 700 coins that I feel like are worth 300, 400 coins. I'll definitely be able to just sell those on, get the coins back. Players, for example, contracts, I don't ever need contracts. I do bronze pack method, which gives me contracts and fitness cards for as many as I want. So any consumables will just be immediately sold. So I suppose on that sense, it will literally only be players I'm going to have to keep track of. Maybe I'll keep track of them. Who knows? We end up making it through to the final, guys, after what I thought was a goal fest in the semi-final, but compared to the final, it wasn't even close to a goal fest. And I started understanding through the last 2 days of playing FIFA a few of the issues people are having with defending in FIFA. And for me personally, I like the fact that EA have changed defending. I like the fact that it's not reliant on the AI to defend for you, because it really reduced the skill gap. And no skill gap means that, like in Foot Champs, for example, last year I would lose games that I felt like I deserved to win because the AI would just defend for my opponent. So now this year I'm sitting there thinking, well, this is great. Now the AI won't defend for my opponent, and I'm going to potentially win those games that I felt like I should have won last year. The only problem is EA have gone from, one end of the spectrum of the AI does everything to the other end of the spectrum of the AI does absolutely nothing. And it's very, very difficult when you can only control one defender at a time to be able to help yourself, because your defense at times genuinely just stand still. Like they just stand there and they do nothing, and it's infuriating. And I'd never really experienced this in FIFA 18 just yet, until the last couple of days. Into the final we go. I missed a sitter straight away with Benzema. I then conceded. I then missed another sitter there that could have potentially been a goal. We eventually got up here with Cristiano Ronaldo to the far corner there, whipped that across, and William Jose is there for the header to go in. So I pulled this game back to 1-1, which was obviously fantastic. And this is a prime example of what I mean with the defending. I picked the ball up with Bale here. Look at this guy's defence. I'm just running at full sprint. I should not be able to score that goal. But as an attacker, I think that is a great goal. I'm like, damn, man, that was such a good goal. But if that was me defending, I'd be like, damn, why couldn't my defender just do anything? So I think EA needs to find a bit of a better balance. 2-1 up though, guys, and I can see the corner. I get the ball back here. I try and clear it twice, and I just don't clear it properly. That's my bad. The guy slams that with Neymar and slots it home. He brought Neymar on as a sub for Iago Aspas, so he's got Neymar and Messi up front and Isco in behind. He had a very, very good team as well. So he pulled it back to 2-2. But I got Bale down the right-hand side again here, and I'm able to sprint away. I like the fact that you can sprint away with the fast players. That makes sense, right? We lay that one in. Eventually it falls to Leroy Sané, who I brought on as a sub, and we go 3-2 up at the half-time mark. I then had another really, really good opportunity. Oh, no, sorry, I gave away the ball, and look at that. 1 pass, 2 passes, he's through. That's bad defending again on my part, I guess. I brought the keeper out trying to force him to make a mistake, and he didn't, because he's got 94 Messi, who's just not going to miss that. So it goes to 3-3. We get the ball here with Cristiano Ronaldo. For me personally, that should be a goal from Ronaldo. You know, you see those goals scored all the time in this FIFA. And then I feel like I should have got a penalty there as well. He bumped me off the ball, didn't make a tackle. But it would have been a soft penalty, granted. But, I've seen them given in this game, and it would have been nice to get that little bit of an advantage. After that, my opponent, that's the goal. That goal there triggered me a lot, because I've got 3 defenders in between the 10 yards from where he passes from one player to Messi. And they all stand still whilst Messi just rolls up to the ball casually and slams it home. And that's where I feel like the AI should be a little more responsive, and they should have just, picked themselves up and gone and got the ball back. So I went 5-3 down, and I was getting so triggered, guys, because the AI defense was triggering me. I'm not going to lie, I was getting so angry, but I managed to keep composed. I end up getting it back into at 5-4. Cristiano Ronaldo there makes it 5-4 in the 74th minute, which was very nice. I was creating more opportunities in my opponent, and eventually we got through with Schürrle in the 80th minute. He slams that one home, and keep that goal in mind, right? Andre Schürrle, clean through, easy finish. 90th minute here, guys, I do the same thing again. Schürrle plays the lovely 1-2 with Ronaldo. I'm thinking this is just a goal. And what a weak shot that was. That should have been the game. I should have won it right there. 6-5, 90th minute, GG's. Unfortunately, Schürrle was unable to take it. Into extra time, Sané, the same thing again. An easy opportunity. And I don't know why, for some reason or another, his keeper manages to make a good save. And from the counter-attack, he ends up destroying me. This guy was a very tricky opponent, man. He kept doing the drag backs. That drag back there. And that, again, is a prime example of where the AI defending is frustrating. Because I was controlling one player, and I managed to monitor the run of Messi, although I couldn't keep up with it. And the AI players just stood still as he did it. We eventually missed another simple shot with Andre Schürrle, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm going to rue these chances. I'm going to end up losing this draft off the back of missing probably about 5 or 6 really clean opportunities. But eventually we got back into the game at 6-6 in the 117th minute. But don't worry, guys, there was still time for another goal. And it was from kickoff. 1 ball into Messi. Again, the AI defense just nowhere to be seen. And it becomes 7-6. But don't worry, guys, there was still time for another good opportunity. Cristiano Ronaldo on the edge of the box. Again, you expect that to fly into the back of the net. I put good power on that, but unfortunately, it just casually went to the goalkeeper. And I end up losing 7-6 in just an incredible game. I could quite easily have won that. I could quite easily have lost it by more. And it must have been frustrating for my opponent as well, because I know his defenders were just also playing really badly. Some of his goals were really nice, but a lot of his goals were really avoidable. I think at least 3 goals I gifted him by just bad defensive play or bad possession play. I conceded 3 goals from counter-attacks from me losing the ball. So that's something that I'm going to have to work on going forwards, is giving up silly possession there in the attacking third. But there you go, guys. We lose 7-6 in the final. Let's hope we can still make some profit. This is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. Alright guys, we end up losing in the final. I have never been so triggered in a game of FIFA in a long time. That was tough loss to take. I had like the better chances in the game. I've not experienced some of the complaints you guys are having with defending until this game. The final, the guy kept using the right bumper to do drag backs and to do weird shimmies and stuff with the no-touch dribbling. And what happened is the defense just stand still. Like, they don't move at all. I understand I like the fact that defending is skill-based now, and you're required to, you know, to defend manually, to actually implement your input into the players to defend. But you can only control one at a time with a back 4 or a back 5 or a back 3. You can only control one at a time. When the rest of the defenders just stand dead still, what can you actually do? It was really infuriating. One of the most triggering things about that game was in the 90th minute, I'm clean through with Schürrle and he screws the shot up. And I mean clean through. It should have been an easy goal. I should have won it right there, right then. That should have been GG's. And then in extra time, before he went ahead, I was in the exact same scenario with Sané, and I drilled his shot. I can't even remember if it went wide or went to the keeper's hands, but it was just a pathetic excuse for a shot. And then in the 120th minute, when I was 7-6 down, Ronaldo is at the top of the box with an easy finesse shot to the top corner that I've scored already hundreds of times this FIFA in squad battles, in drafting seasons, and it's the weakest shot that just goes straight to the keeper's hands. I missed so many easy chances that game. I obviously didn't defend very well, but I didn't defend too good because I felt like I was constantly chasing the game. I did get in the lead at one stage, but then he just immediately pegged back. And the way he played, once people cotton on to that style of offense, of just spamming right bumper to do shimmies, drag backs, and no-touch dribbling, and like the weird contextual touches they do when the defender's near them, it's gonna be hard. Foot Champs is not gonna be enjoyable for me. So we lost in the final though, dudes. We lost in the final in the last episode, and we actually made really good profit. We get this time a Premium Gold Players Pack and a Jumbo Premium Gold Pack. It's not too bad. We'll open the Jumbo Premium Gold Pack first. This one's going to be really tricky for me to kind of monitor for how much everything's worth, if that makes sense. So we actually get, Jorginho. I think that's a decent pull. I think that's all right. Obviously, we're looking for 15k coins back. Oh, Candrava's huge. And that Torres card as well. Oh, my trade pile's full. Right, so for the sake of the video, I'll do this after the video. Let me go to the transfer list. Is there anything I can clear off? God damn it. I should be able to clear the items in the transfer list, but I can't. Jorginho, let me go into Footbin real quick. I'm not going to do every player and look at every player. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to spend some time on here so I can go back when I edit the video and have a check. But Jorginho is currently going for 2,000 coins on PlayStation, which is excellent. And Candrava, I know he's about 4k because I was buying him last night. Yeah, he's 4,000 coins. So we've got 6k between those two there alone. And I believe this Torres card as well, because he's a Spanish centre mid, is also worth a little bit. It looks like there's no value of him on the market. I think he's worth at least like 1 to 2k. So we got 6k off the first two dudes. Then we get Bruma, Torres, Graniero, Munayin, and Siri D. We get two managers there, De La Torre and J. Almirion. We get all the contracts, the fitness card, the position modifier. We'll send that in there. We'll keep the wall chemistry style as well, and I'm going to discard the rest, and that's going to be 179 coins discard value. So I'll just note that down for the thing. And then we get Premium Gold Players Pack as well, guys. And in the Premium Gold Players Pack, we get no special card. But is it going to be something that's sellable? Are we going to make our money back? It's a Mexican right wing. It's Carlos Vela. Now, he's also useful for one of the SBCs. So as an 82 rated player, he's not too bad. And what else do we get in here? Yilmaz and Ocampos. Not great. Alcacer. I don't think any of it. Maybe this guy's worth a little bit. I don't know. I'm actually going to have to discard those other 2 players as well. So we'll send, let me again just stay on the pack so I can get the names of all these players, so I can go back through the club and document how much each one is worth and how much each one I sell for, whether I keep it or not. So that should be long enough. I'll just pause the video. And then the last 2 dudes we're going to have to discard for 608 coins. With the first 2 alone being worth 6k, the fact that we got 4,000 coins as well between match earnings and discards, that's already 10,000 coins. I only need to make 5,000 coins back off the remainder of the items to break even, and that is going to be super easy. And that would be breaking even for the draft. Of course, overall we're still in like insane profit right now, which is very nice. This though, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.